Hi, I'm Michael Carpenter, and my father and I own Italian Design and Racing in Mesa, Arizona. And this is our custom LM002 Lamborghini. It's a 1989, and we bought it as a basket case project. It was missing so many pieces that it literally had to go to a custom shop like ours to put this thing back together, or have this would have been a parts truck in a junkyard somewhere, and then the other LM owners around the world would be scavenging pieces off of it. So we resurrected it, bought it without an engine. We put a mild brace-built Cummins turbo diesel in it. It's got enough fuel and air to run about 600 horsepower and 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. We have a brace-built automatic to go in it as well. It's a Dodge 48 RE. All of the four-wheel drive setup is all still retained, and King coilovers, Willwood big brake kit, and a lot of other little touches all throughout. We're still dialing in a few things on the engine, but for the most part, it's all together and running. We had to custom fabricate the cold air intake. It is actually 3D printed, and then it has a seal coat of carbon fiber vacuum bag internally and externally to fully make it basically the printed part is a honeycomb inner structure. All of the engraving around it is kind of the icing on the cake for a Lamborghini powered by Cummins.
Lamborghini powered by Cummins. Look at that. So what did you have to do to get it to fit in here? Did you have to do any like chassis modification, any cutting, welding, that kind of thing?
A little bit. The engine is actually bolted in. I made custom engine mounts to retain the factory mount locations. We did have to lower the front differential about 2 inches in order to have hood clearance. We had to make this, I used a custom side draft intake manifold because the factory Dodge intake horn comes up and it would intersected the hood. So the side draft, and then now we have water-cooled intercoolers on it. There's actually 3 of them. The second 2 aren't plumbed in yet, but they're coming soon. Funny enough, the door handles, when we bought it, they were missing, and we took pictures from a couple of friends of ours that had factory trucks, and we kind of made our own twist. We made them actually follow the body line instead of being squared off, so we kind of took a little bit of creative freedom. But the funny part, for the latches, they're actually Renault door latches, and I found it because I take care of an Alpine A110, and I just happened to have the door open at eye level, and it had that kind of aha moment of that looks familiar. So we sourced some out of, these actually came out of Greece, and went and had to scramble to get them in time for SEMA for the original debut of this in 2018, and then the rest is kind of history, but it's been a fun journey. So the axles are all stock. The wheels are Grid Off-Road out of California, and the Willwood setup is actually based off of their Chevy 1-ton Willwood truck package. That there's 16-inch rotor and 6-piston calipers front and rear. So it's a big improvement over the factory dual piston, 4-piston calipers, but they have 2 of them on the front rotor, and then there's drum brakes in the rear. So it's this thing stops pretty well now.